class. You're going to love her too. How about a hand for Janey? Let her know, Janey.
Hi. Thank you. Ready? It's the same. Yes, that is my name. And for those of you worried, I do not have a gun. All right, first joke down. I'm good. I am a mom, so I signed up for this class to figure out what it would be like to have someone listen to me for 5 minutes. Yeah, I am a single working mom, as they say, and when people hear that, mostly men, they love to be like, oh, I had a single mom and she worked so hard, and I don't care. Like, this is something I accidentally fell into. It's not really an interest of mine. The job that what I really want is to be a stay-at-home mom. Like, that sounds ideal for me. And I get it, being a stay-at-home parent is one of the hardest jobs in the world, but like, not how I want to do it. Like, my kid is still going to school, and I'm signing them up for every aftercare program there is. Like, I'm getting my full 40 hours, if not overtime, because I am a professional. I read in Elle magazine once, I think it was, it's just for the job you want. So usually when I get up and go out into the world, I make sure to dress like I should have stayed home. Yeah. Which is funny. My daughter has brought up homeschooling, and other than the fact that that sounds absolutely miserable, unless she can get into college with like an extensive knowledge of reality TV and Taylor Swift lyrics, I don't have much to teach her. Yeah, like, I don't think Florida State is accepting personal statements on the long-term emotional impact of Scandival. And she knows this too. She knows because we went to the Historical Wax Museum recently in St. Augustine, and there were all these influential figures from all over time and all over the world, and the only one that I could really give her any background on was Britney Spears. But she was excited. She was excited because her favorite was there, Abraham Lincoln, she calls him. She says, Abraham Lincoln was the second president. I said, no, he wasn't. She said, oh, well, what president was he? Well, I know he wasn't the second. Did I mention I went to school and grew up in Florida? Yeah. When I was growing up, people used to tell me I looked a lot younger than I was, and I would get offended, and they would all be like, you're gonna miss it when you're older. And I do. Yeah, nobody's handed me a kids menu in like a year. People are just giving me alcohol now. I'm like, don't you want to see my ID? They're like, no, ma'am. Oh, well, maybe I want to see your ID. Are you old enough to serve me? You look like you just weaned off Bluey. But I'm not bitter, like I'm not. I know I'm getting older. I know because when I see a cackle of middle schoolers, we're wearing the same thing. But like to them, it's vintage. I wasn't paying attention during the transition, so I like animals. I like interesting animal facts, and I like to look them up in case they ever come up in conversation, and you would be surprised how often that they don't. Until recently, my favorite fish made its way into the news cycle. It's the anglerfish. If I saw a guy on a dating site holding an anglerfish, that's when I'd actually be impressed. So for those of you who don't know and are very interested, an anglerfish lives at the bottom of the ocean, has really sharp teeth and a little lamp above its head that like guides it in the dark. And for the first time ever, an anglerfish made its way to the surface of the ocean, like right there in front of the camera. And everyone was like, oh my gosh, he's so brave. And I'm like, oh, that's how I know you don't know, because that is a female anglerfish. Drink every time I say anglerfish. That's a female anglerfish. I know this because the male anglerfish is a little guy, and he actually attaches to the female when they're mating, and over time is absorbed into her until they become one. And I'm assuming that she was swimming as far away from that as possible. This is what I'm going to teach in homeschooling. All right. Thanks, everyone. It was fun.
Big hand for Janey. Let her hear it.